Hey everybody, welcome. We made it, and we're not muted. Ooh, victory. That's Beth. That's Beth in the top left corner. That's Jeannette Douglas in the bottom left corner. Kim Young in the bottom right corner, and then hi, that's me. Okay, some announcements before we. I had to sort through Jeanette's 5,000 photos today, so I hope I selected some good ones to look at and talk about. Few announcements. The winner of the book from Wednesday night, the winner of the American Needlework Tools, that book, Carol Noggle in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Carol Noggle, already in the mail, on its way to you. Karen Hedberg wrote to me just a few minutes ago the punch needle classes for October 3 and November 7 at Sassy Jacks. That's Kim there. They're available, so sign up, contact Kim, call Kim, and get signed up for that for Karen for the punch needle classes. And I'm not going to show you because I haven't done anything on mine since we did the show, so never mind. It's never mind. Sunday's podcast guest is Tricia Nguyen from Thistle Threads, and then Tricia will be with us live on Wednesday night. So Sunday podcast with Tricia, and then Wednesday night she'll be with us live. So that'll be fun. Don't miss either one of those. September 28 now. On Monday night, we're starting Monday Night Hearts, where we're going to stitch something with a heart in it. Oh, no. You have to have a heart to participate.
Yes,
there.
That's right.
Thank you, Beth. Yes, you have to have a heart to participate. Like a beating actual heart. Yes. So we're going to do hearts on Monday nights, and we're just going to let that run, see how it goes. I don't think we'll have live shows every time because I can't keep doing live shows, but we'll see what we do on the 28th, and then we'll go from there. But anyway, it's hashtag is FT Monday Hearts.
That's it.
Yep. So we're going to stitch hearts on Monday night and post on Instagram. And if you need a heart design so you can participate, call Kim. She'll fix you up. She has one or two. And then October 4, we start, that's a Sunday now, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, live shows, 8 weeks, 2 o'clock Eastern, Fiber Talk Meditates. And that's where we're going to do meditative stitching, and we're going to have some breathing and some meditation and a little stretching and some silent stitching and some yakking. So that's a technical term for talking. So that's going to be 8 weeks, so that'll run us right up to Thanksgiving. And then Friday, the last Friday in September now will be our last Friday show because we're moving the Friday show to Sunday for the meditate shows, and that'll run till Thanksgiving. So then we'll be, starting in October, we'll be on Wednesday and Sunday with the live shows. That's it. That's all I got. So the giveaway tonight, okay, let me get that up. And then Kim can talk about it because she knows all kinds of things now. Kim is informed. So the giveaway tonight is the new chart from Sassafras Samplers. We'll put that up. How did that happen?
I don't know, but it just...
It was working and then it quits working.
Make fun of me.
Oh, yeah, so that wasn't even on the thing. Well, that's a bummer. All right, so now I got to start all over. All right, so tonight...
Sorry.
How does that happen? I don't know. So tonight, the giveaway is 5 kits of Christian Henry 1816. For those who did not hear it when I spoke with no audio. So 5 kits, NPI silk. You're going to love that silk. If you've never used it, you will absolutely love it. And then linen or Aida. So 5 kits. And this Christian Henry is the new sampler from Sassafras Samplers. And if you are in the soiree, then you already have the chart, and so you'll get the rest of the kit. And if you are not in the soiree and win one of the 5 things, then you will get the chart, the threads, and the linen. And so, Kim, hot off the press, like scrambled to get it ready, right?
Yeah, so we had it charted for a while, but getting it back from the printer and stuff. So we literally got it right before we had to ship out our soiree kits. And so it's a beautiful chart. It is, we weren't sure if it was a boy or a girl that stitched it. And I found in my research that it could have been either, but I couldn't tie it down all the way. And Jacob DeGroff of Modern Folk Embroidery, I was talking to him this week, and in 30 minutes, he found the exact girl. So it is a girl, and he found some history about her, her family, where she was born, and things like that. And we will send that in a PDF file with the chart. Excuse me. So it's a really beautiful chart. It's a Scottish chart, and some of it was stitched in wools. It's greens and reds, and it's got this beautiful little spot motif sampler at the bottom with some very whimsical animals. And I think it's just going to be a joy to stitch. It's fun.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat one. Yep. So that's 5 kits. So it's right at the top there. Send email, GaryWeTalkFiber.com. Subject line is Sassy, the usual routine. Just put Sassy in the subject line. Don't put anything else. Don't put anything else, just Sassy. And then we'll do the drawing after the show. And like all the other drawings, this is just for people who are here for the live show. So I do the drawing right after the show. So if you're in the live show, you're eligible for this to get one of the kits. And then Kim will contact you, and then you can tell her whether you want Aida or linen and whether you need the chart. So she'll sort that all out with you after the fact. So I'll get the winners drawn and then send them to Kim, and then she'll take it from there. She nods. She nods in the positive.
Yeah.
So she nods in the positive. All right.
Yes, indeed.
So let's see. Now, if I go back to here, now we can still hear each other. This is wonderful. I do not know why it does that. Okay, we're back on the screen. There's Beth again. Hi, Beth. Is the cat gone?
Oh, the cat is gone.
Okay. All right.
Permanently thrown out.
Cat has been pitched out the door again. Yes. So, all right. So we're tonight part of the. You want to say it for me, Kim? The September what?
Yeah. Sassy Jacks Stitchery September Stitching Soiree.
There. Okay. If you say the whole thing, you can get it in, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So part of that, and appreciate having Jeannette Douglas with us tonight. Like I said, she sent a bunch of pictures, and it was, I spent a good portion of the afternoon just trying to decide which ones to reject. And if we had,
sorry about that.
if we had 3 hours,
Went overboard.
if we had 3 hours, we'd be here. We'd be doing it. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. So we're going to get to do that. So now we've got things coming up. Now you've been doing the learning stitches. I'm going to go right back to the photos here, and because we got some things going on with Sassy Jacks coming up here. So we go back to the. So we've had the learning stitches going on now for how long, Kim?
A while. So
A while.
we started it, I think, before market, and we're through lesson 7.
Yeah.
And as soon as we finish up the soiree, we'll pick it back up and finish up through lesson 15. But it's been really a lot of fun, and we have some little giveaways that we'll be doing. From Jeannette gave us a little freebie, and so that's fun. And it's been a lot of fun to watch people learn the specialty stitches. So
Yeah. So this
I
is.
totally enjoyed that.
yeah,
for
thank
sure.
you.
Seeing
Thanks.
people stitching it, it's awesome.
Well, they've all kind of gone their own way, so it's been really cool to see what people did with it.
Absolutely.
And so this is what you put together with those stitches then, right, Jeanette? This,
Yeah, a lot of it is I get invited to teach at many different places, and I always want to have something to teach so that we can learn something new. And because I love the specialty stitches, I just thought I'm going to put them all in one little place.
mm-hmm.
And I know I've said it before to Kim. It was just my little dream to have this used as a learning piece and kind of a classroom type style thing. And we hadn't even talked, and she just did it, and it's just been amazing. So it's like telepathically, you knew what I wanted with it.
Yeah.
And it's been really lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this, I mean, this is neat, but to me, the real value is to have that book. I mean, that book is excellent. I've seen enough
Yeah.
of it to know that that's, you know, that's
Yeah.
the stitching is fun and you learn things, but having that book as a resource is really good.
It's a great little reference for sure.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun looking them up. I mean, I've got a great library, and so I really enjoyed putting together some of my favorites. I think that's probably what it ended up being, is my favorites. And, you know, making it into colors that I like. And so I think it's been really neat to see people take it and put it into colors they like. And that's been such a little fun thing to watch people
Right.
use. I mean, each palette you see, it's something different again. And you're like, wow, and that looks good too. You know?
Right.
So it's great.
Yeah, when you take all those stitches and put them together, you can do some things. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so
sure.
that's
sure.
ongoing. That's ongoing, and you can still get in on that. Call Kim.
Yeah. It's just you know, we do the video courses for it, and I kind of film the stitching, and they just need the book and something to stitch on. So
Yep. So you can still get in on that, even though it's been going for months. And Kim's got more videos to do, and yeah, so jump in. Okay, now this next one, you say what it is, Jeanette.
It's called Hollandse Merklap. So
Say that again. Hollandse.
means Hollandse Merklap.
Okay.
So Hollandse is that it belongs to Holland. So when you add the SE to Holland or Holland, then it becomes that it is something from Holland. So you add those letters, it become, I don't know quite what that word is, but it belongs to. And Merklap is just the Dutch word for sampler. So it is just you could translate that probably the best to say Dutch sampler, but I wanted it to be authentic, so I did the Dutch way.
Now this is original design by you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So again, I as with many of my pieces, I research, but being of Dutch descent, well, my mom was a great handiwork lady, so we had lots of Dutch items in the home, and I just grew up with everything Dutch. So this was probably one of the simpler ones to design, just because I grew up with this stuff, you know, have big Dutch roots. So there wasn't a ton of research, whereas like when I've done some of my other pieces, I really have to, I haven't been to that country. I don't know that country, so I have to do much more research for it, of course.
Yeah.
But this one came much more natural, which was it was a fun piece. And just a little added note, there's a little crown on the bottom. And the year that I taught it in Holland was 2013, when the year that they crowned the new king. And they hadn't had a king for many years. It had been a queen for many years. So it's kind of a neat little additive to have that crown. And I hunted up what a Dutch crown looks like, and
Oh,
so yeah, tried to keep it authentic as much as I could.
yep. And now what are we doing with this, Kim?
So it was going to be my birthday stitch along in August, and
We missed
this
that.
pandemic thing. Yeah, well, I'll have another one. Don't worry.
Okay.
But we missed this. This whole pandemic thing kind of came into play, and we just couldn't get our thread packs because I really wanted to offer the beautiful, gorgeous thread pack that Jeannette used in the sampler, because it's perfect. And so we now have the thread pack. Jeannette, thank you for that. I know that was fun. And we're going to kick that off in October because that is actually my favorite month of the year here. So we're coming up on that. And so if people want to join us with that, I'll do that'll be kind of my focus on videos and things like that. And we'll stitch that together throughout the month of October and maybe into November. And it's special to me too, because I actually lived in Holland for a little while. And so I lived in Rotterdam, and I love Holland. I love Holland. And so it's kind of close to my heart. The very first sampler that I ever purchased is a Dutch sampler, and it's a Rotterdam sampler. It actually has the city seal for Rotterdam. And
Nice.
So yeah, so it kind of holds a special place in my heart too. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to stitching that design though. It's beautiful.
It really is. Yep.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so coming up in August, call Kim, get in on the deal.
Coming up in October.
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 Now, see, I got August in my head.
Fun.
October, next month. Next month,
There we go.
not last month, next month. Okay, never mind. I'll be all right tomorrow. Now, this one is Tapestry of Stitches. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
You do.
Every now and then.
And this one, yeah, no problem. This one, hopefully, all things going well, we hope to be in North Carolina at Sassy Jacks in May of 2021. And this will be our focus piece.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
I love Bargello, so the whole bottom is Bargello. Sorry, people, but
Oh, I love Bargello too. That's
it's my
fantastic.
favorite. It's just such a fun stitch, I guess, to make patterns with, because it just flows. It's really fun.
Now, tell me about that white band there, about a third of the way down.
That's Ukrainian white work. And it's part of it is out of the Gay Eaton's Ukrainian white work book. And I amended it somewhat, but to give her credit, that's where I got the idea. It's a beautiful type of white work, which I did in this piece, mix it with different threads. So you use some soie perlée, and some silk. So you've got texture plus depth of color, even though it's white, because the different threads give you that.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Quick question. Barbara wants to know, is this design available now, or do we have to wait till you teach it at Sassy Jacks?
Well, you have to wait.
Oh, Brad.
You can reserve a spot now.
You can see,
Yeah,
there you go,
exactly.
Barbara. Reserve your spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've already got 2 signed up right now online. They're like,
Okay.
okay, signing up now.
Awesome. Look forward to meeting you. And then I wrote a poem for it, and just to sort of share what we think about stitching and how we feel about it. And I hope that you enjoy it too. So you'll have to wait and see what it is, maybe, or do you want me to say it?
Well, it's right here on the screen here. I got it right here, so you can read it if you'd like.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Through needle and thread, our joy does know. You do the rest. Go. Oh.
Oh, with stitching, our grief and sorrow does flow. May we all stitch day and weave in the journey our love to stay.
There we go. I love the color scheme. It's beautiful.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what? It's always good to work with the three primary colors, right? Red, blue, and yellow.
Yep. Yep. That's beautiful. So sign up at sassyjacksstitchery.com and get in that. So that's going to be a live class then in May.
Yep. Good Lord willing, and the creek
Yeah.
don't rise.
Yeah, both of those. That's right. Both of those. Yep.
That's a good way to put it, Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now
yeah,
this.
we sure don't know how it's going to go, but
No, we don't. But let's hope so. It'd be great. All right. Now
Okay,
the
and someone wants, wait.
Whoa,
Someone wants to know the
whoa.
name of the, wait. What's the name of the pattern again? Someone wanted to know.
Tapestry of Stitches.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Jeanette's breaking up there a little bit. Tapestry of Stitches is what it's called.
All right.
Yes. Oh, how big is this? Like 16 inches tall?
No, well, I think the picture you have, it's on 40 count, so it's probably quite small. I think the one behind my head here,
Oh, they can't see it.
so it's not that big.
Oh, okay.
Can you see it?
I can see it, but the people can't see it unless I switch cameras. So.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Kim, they already want to know if they can sign up on your website.
Yeah. I don't know if it's actually open this second, but yeah, by the end of the night I can. Yeah.
By the end of the night.
Yeah. We had a lot of things open early, and then when COVID came, we took them down for obvious reasons. So I have to relist it all. But yeah.
Okay, so sign up. Watch Sassy Jacks. Sign up in May, and it's a great place to go to visit. It's a good road trip. All right.
A bit of a hype.
The stitching album. The stitching album here. Tell me about the stitching album.
Oh. Well, this will be a re-release, actually. I did this 10, 11 years ago, and it is a book of stitches, and each page is a stitch with a poem written by me that reflects the stitch. So for example, and each stitch was called by its name, and then I did an alliteration so for example, if we have a Hungarian stitch, which is my favorite, I called it Hungarian Harmony. That was the title of that page. And then the poem reads as follows: Harmony of the soul in using needle and thread. It is the needle's work that sings on instead. So each one was to do with stitch and sort of a play on that stitch. And then I just configured different rows, different bands in an old band sampler style of the stitch done in all different ways. Because often we see these stitches singly and we think, oh, well, that's really just the way I can do it, and that's it. And this kind of, again, is a really cool way of keeping kind of notes on stitches. And I've been really lucky to find a new printer about 3 years ago. So I'm able to re-release this in a book, all bound with all the chapters together, because it's 8 pages with the front and back covers. So that made it 9 charts actually, but they will all be compiled together once I get going on that. And you know how that is.
Yep.
And so, but what the beauty for me was that I could put it in a book together simply because I just didn't have that possibility with the printer I had been using. And so it's pretty sweet to have this new printer just be able to give me a super good price on building the book.
Okay, so go ahead, Beth. Go, Beth.
We have a question. Someone wants to know what's the name of the book.
It's up on the
What's
screen.
name of it?
My Stitching
album. Okay.
Yep. It's up on the screen right now. Yep.
And then someone wanted to know if they can distance take the class, Kim.
Take Jeanette's class next year. It will be a live class. So if it's a live class, no. And we'll see what the year brings, but the plan is to have a live class for that. Now, on that note, I will segue into one of the things that we wanted to talk about with this new release of Jeanette's book. We're going to finish up my learning stitches this year. And so we've been doing, each stitch with a little video and a walkthrough and fun stuff like that. But we're going to get it done pretty soon. This will be the next project that we'll do with Jeannette. And so I'm super excited that Jeannette has put it together in a spiral bound book that, we'll be able to use for that. So we'll be doing an online, for me, my videos will be free. You'll just have to buy Jeanette's book and you'll have to have something to stitch on. The same thing that we did with the learning stitches. And we will walk through that whole book together online. So super excited about that. So again, kind of coming back to this whole, thank you. Coming back to this whole idea of accessibility, and some distance learning for people. Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead.
Okay. Do you have dates for that coming up yet?
For this, we will do it when the book is ready and after we finish learning stitches. So,
Okay, there you go. There's our timeline.
Yeah. Sometime in the future.
I need a bit of time.
Yeah, no pressure.
Okay, so Jeannette, so I'm showing the cover here, and then the pages, like right now up on the screen is the Florentine. So you do each of these little poem pages, and then that goes into the 2-ring binder with the covers.
Well, we will do away with the binder this time because it will be in a coil bound book. But
no, I mean the
Oh, you meant the book, the stitch thing.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's really up to you. Because we did this 10 years ago, I have about 5 to 10 different kinds of options that people used, and they were all wonderful. So what I hope to do is send Kimberly pictures of all the different options that people did do, which I thought were really cool to see, and it gives people ideas. Because I did it with grommets and the 2 rings, and I will probably keep it that way. But really, there's some people that just did beautiful finishes, and I think it'd be cool for everybody to see the different finishes that you can do.
Yeah, that'll be part of kind of what we walk through, and the experience of putting that together. Will be some finishing options on that for sure.
And then they want to know, are there going to be more parts released than what you originally put in?
I
don't know.
So. I have 2 ideas because I want to do the queen stitch. I always wanted a page for the queen stitch. So I do have 2 stitches I would like to put with that book. So there will be 2 additives probably. But again, all things.
Yep.
You know how that goes, people.
Yep. Okay, so that's coming up after the learning stitches. So with the 2 books, you'll have a nice little library of stitches.
That's the goal.
Yeah. So get in on the learning stitches, then follow it up with this, and then you're going to be armed and dangerous. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So that's that one. Now we have 2 series that I just, quite frankly, drooled over this afternoon. This first one is your Canadian Journey series. Kim, I'm making a bold assumption that we can get all of Jeanette's stuff from you, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm greedy like that. I had to have it all. So it's kind of a funny story. We did a trunk show with Jeannette, and we had all of her beautiful models. And she sent me this note, and she said, hey, you can send back any charts that you didn't sell. That's how we usually do it. I said, what are you talking about? We're not sending anything back. I'm keeping it.
Yeah.
And I did a little dance around the office.
So we have pretty much everything. We've sold out of some things, but Jeanette's really good about getting it back to us. But we do offer everything. So
And just a reminder, if you want to get in on the drawing tonight, email address at the top there, subject line Sassy, and you got to get that in by the time we sign off the show here, because this is just for people who are in the live show. So that'll get you one of the 5 kits of Christian Henry.
Yes.
So, all right. So this Canada series, okay, the Canada series and the next one, I just kept going back to. So tell me about this Canada series. I love these long, thin designs. And I've got the one I have up here right now is the Pacific Rim. Tell about this series. How did this come together?
That's really the story of the beginning of JDD. I was driving out from Calgary through the Rocky Mountains to my friend who lived on the other side of the Rocky Mountains in the next valley. And I dropped off my children, who were like 11 and 9 at the time. And you know how that is, very chatty and lots of activity.
Now let me wait before you go any further. Did you pick them up later? I'm just checking on the kids.
Yes, yes. But
okay, all right.
A while later.
Okay, I'm just checking on the kids.
So I dropped them off. Yeah. And I dropped them off, and I was driving back through the Rockies to come out back to Calgary. And there was a lightning and thunderstorm. I had no this is wasn't working, and the radio did that big crackly thing where it goes, and I'm like, okay, I got to turn that off. And so I was alone with my thoughts, and whether it's the windshield wipers from the rain or the mountains, I just saw the mountains in stitches, and Rocky Mountain Sampler was born. And I whipped out my checkbook. You know, we had checkbooks then, which we don't now. And I wrote on the back of the checkbook my little ideas for Rocky Mountain, Pacific, Prairie West, and then Pacific Rim, because we always did holidays out on the West Coast. And then I just did the rest of Canada. It just became, so that became the Canadian Journey series. And the first 5 were designed in that little 3-hour trip back home through.
Oh my. Wow. Okay, so what's on the screen right now is Rocky. This is Rocky Mountain. This is Rocky Mountain. You're really breaking up, Jeannette.
Oh, you've got Rocky? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I won't move my head.
Yeah, maybe that would be best is don't move so much. Yeah. Folks, she talks with her hands, so.
I do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really crackling there. So on the screen is Rocky Mountain, and then this one now is Atlantic Seaboard. I didn't put them all. I didn't get all of them. I just picked out 3 of them. So this is Atlantic Seaboard, and then this is Pacific Rim with the orca. That's an orca, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're just things that we had seen on holidays, and and I just put them into stitch, and I love specialty stitches and just had fun with the rows. I think somebody has to tie my hands because they're just really hard.
They do fly around, yes. So how many in the series in the book now?
There's 8.
8.
And a funny little side note, Northern Lights, which I did, I don't know how many I sent to Hoffman over the years. It just a ton of pieces of Northern Lights that we shipped over the years to the distributor. It just, I think because I did include Alaska for it, and that really makes it, something for all of North America.
Yeah. Well, they're beautiful. All right. So that book, and then this one, this is the Common Thread. Now this has different cities.
Yes.
Oops.
So that was born out of teaching in different places, and a lot of them are often back to back or just a few weeks in between, and it's really difficult to get a different piece each time. So I thought, okay, if I do the bulk of the piece stable, so to speak, change the middle for the city or province or state that I'm going to, then people will feel they have a little piece of their own place, and it's right in the center. So Common Thread 1 I did in 8 different cities, and then the Common Thread 2 was in 8 different places, but it was all the same places. They just asked me back for the Common Thread 2, and we did it again. So it was number one, people again, and the joy in that, and then just the fun to think of new things for each little spot. And I love the different ones. I think my favorite with the Common Thread 2 probably was San Francisco. It turned out, I was so happy with how it turned out. Do you have that one up?
Yeah, San Francisco is up there on the screen now. Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was cool that
I see it. I see it. We've got the with the painted ladies on the slope there. Yes. Oh.
Yes. And then the water and the Transamerica Tower. Yeah. So the cool thing was that one of the ladies who stitched in the class, she didn't put the alphabet on the bottom. She put San Francisco. So instead of ABC, she put San and then did Francisco on the bottom with the alphabet letters. So that was really cool, and that looked pretty awesome. So anybody who, wants to do that and put their city name there instead, that's kind of a neat idea to do with the alphabet.
Yeah. Now this is San Francisco. This one's Georgia, and that's pretty obvious. And then then Ontario, and that's even more obvious.
Yeah.
All right. And now this is Buffalo. So help me with Buffalo.
Oh, I don't have that picture in front of me, do I?
Yeah, you do.
Let me see. I'm checking.
You do.
Checking. George Monbell. There it is. Oh, yes. So it's called, is it the Rose City? Yeah, I did little roses on the top and a crown because it's not the Rose City, the Queen City. Oh, I feel bad because now I kind of forget. I'd have to look on my notes in the chart.
Oh, okay.
But then the water, because they live, Buffalo is on Lake Erie, and then the 4 seasons, because Buffalo has 4 seasons, right?
Yep. Oh, so that's what you're doing in there. Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, with the snowflake, and then there's every tree possible grows in that area because it's the area I grew up in, so it definitely has all kinds of beautiful deciduous trees, which living on the prairies, we have poplars and poplars and poplars. We don't really have a lot of trees.
Yeah.
If you get to the mountains, you get lots of evergreens, but you just don't get those big oaks. And so I always love the trees.
Now, all of these designs use the same basic framework, and there's a mixture of stitches in here, then.
Yes. And again, I love how white work just it's beautiful on its own, but I love it when it's like this in these pieces because they have colors surrounding them. So then the white work just shines even better.
Right.
And it's just different white work stitches, some pulled work, but really fun to learn some of these new things and where the stitches belong in what part of our stitching world they belong, because they are pulled from different types of stitching.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a beautiful series. I tell you, it's right up my alley. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, and then another set that you have is blooming bouquets, and so we have thankful and cheerful, my favorite, and joyful,
thank you,
and then beautiful. So four urns with flowers of different design.
Mm-hmm.
And these are these all straight cross stitch now?
Yes. They just have one satin stitch around the border, or like the inner border,
Uh-huh.
and it's I think it's pretty much all cross stitch except Thankful, which was the first one. But then I cross stitched. You know, you come to a point where there's a huge ton of people who love specialty stitches, but there is a big block of people, of course, a bigger block than specialty stitches that do just cross stitch, which is just as lovely. So I did find at some point that doing some pieces just cross stitch, I had to learn a little bit different way of designing, because I was so used to just doing, you know, a band sampler style with different stitches that doing the just cross stitch is another cup of tea. You just, because it's blocks of color, whereas specialty stitches breaks up the color so it comes out differently than a block of color. So yeah, it's been a fun learning part for me too.
So these four, are they small enough that we could stitch them and have them all in a group on the wall?
Yeah, they're not super big. I mean, they're 7 by 8.5, I think.
Oh, okay. So that that would
36 count.
that would make a nice group
Yeah.
then. Yeah,
Yeah,
because they're
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
and a little secret, but it won't be secret now. there is number 5 and 6. Number 5 is stitched. Number 6 is being stitched, and 7 and 8 are brewing. So it all. I can't obviously seem to stop. Sorry.
You designers in your series, you get started and you can't stop.
Well, you see things in different colors, right?
Right,
And then
right.
you also see it. Yeah. So it's partially color that drives, but yeah.
Well, they're each so unique. They have their own thing to them. Yeah, I like that.
Thank you.
All right.
And you could just rotate them out too, Gary. You know, get all 8 stitched, and then you can, 4 out and then 4 out. Kind of rotate them through.
You could have stopped at get all 8 stitched, Beth, and then that would have done me in right there. Yeah. That's trick number 1 right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So 4 more coming soon. Yay.
Well, 2, and then we'll see about the next 2.
I just committed you to 4. I just committed you to 4. You're stuck now. Okay.
I have to think of more full words, right? Because they're all with the FUL at the end. Like, so I have to think of more, right? Like, yeah.
Well,
I was just
there's
going.
bountiful.
That's
Yeah,
Thanksgiving. Yep.
That's actually happening.
Oh, all right.
Hopeful.
You did the one I did.
All right.
There's
Well,
lots of full words, and he picks the one that, so I can't keep a straight face.
yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
we'll make a list of full words for you. We'll get it up to 15 or 20 designs. here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, 15 or 20. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm intrigued by the Christmas one.
That's a few years old, actually, but the one that you're showing is the Au Naturel way, and I did also a winter white way. So the chart holds both colorways. So the white one has beads and krynic, and it's nice and bright and cheery. And then this was more with the gentle art threads that are gently dyed and give that more rustic look, probably, I guess is the word. And so then whatever choice you like, that and then I did I think because I grew up Dutch, and you always are a little bit more aware of, people saying Merry Christmas in different languages. So I wanted to incorporate that, and so I put Merry Christmas in the different languages that we often hear.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is fun. Plus, Beth, what we were talking about the other day, where this is another one where you can make little ornaments out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Just those, or use them in different things, just take them out and do little things with them. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. One of those versatile
Well,
ones.
Gary, it was born out of years and years of doing the just cross stitch ornament issue.
Oh.
And it was all the little ornaments. And I thought, well, I got to do something with them. So I put a few of them are from the ornament issue, and I put them in here.
Oh. Okay.
So I think it's funny. It's funny you said they could be little ornaments, because that's actually how they started.
Yeah. No, I like that, because you can do ornaments, or you can just take sections of it and make little designs out of it. Yeah, there's all kinds of possibilities with this.
Yeah.
Well, just pull the little trees out and do a little row of those little trees.
Mm-hmm.
Are just adorable.
Yeah. I hadn't thought of that, but that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, hang around Beth. She'll
But
have.
the idea of this layout came from a napkin, if you can believe it.
Oh.
There was a napkin with these. They had them in rows like this, and that twigged me, and I went from there. So nothing is sacred. You use everything for
That's
design.
right. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
and so what is the name of this Christmas sampler again?
Christmas sampler. I'm not very original.
There you go, Gail.
It was a 2-hour meeting to come up with that name. Yeah. Took forever. Now, it's interesting that this would come out of the doing the ornaments, and I still have it. It's probably 30 years old. A bulletin cover from church that is basically a cross stitch pattern of all the different names for Christ, and it's beautifully done. And I kept it all these years, because it's one of those that you could easily chart and do, and it would be beautiful. But what always stops me is I don't know the copyright, but now it's so old it probably doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, but I keep hanging on to that one. Yep. See,
Yeah. No, someday.
Yeah, you hang on to those things, and they become something sometime. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, here we've got this over the river. Whoops. If I can.
I did that for a Shepherd's Bush retreat. That was their theme. Shepherd's Bush always picks a theme, and then the designers who come to teach at their event design with the theme that you're given for that year.
Uh-huh.
And this was the year with Over the River, and it's such a big Thanksgiving theme that I thought I'd include it in the pictures, because we're going into fall, and thought people might enjoy it.
Yeah. No, we got a little bridge. There we go. We got a bridge to get over the river.
Over the river, yes, and through the woods. See the 3 trees, and then up the path.
Oh, I see it all working. Yep.
And see the squirrel?
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Well, it's a nice, I enjoy this because you've got some fall leaves in there, and then you work in some snowflakes, and you really tie the seasons together with this thing.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, works out good.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yep. Nice. Now, all of these, you sent pictures, so they're obviously all available at Sassy Jacks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because Kim has them all. Now the 4 Seasons sampler.
Yes, she does.
And she's not returning them. That's how that works. Now tell me about the 4 Seasons sampler. This has that clean look that I like.
This was also born out of teaching for a company called Stitcher's Hideaway, and I taught it in Mystic, Connecticut, and so it has that little bit more Eastern seaboard flavor with the the ship and the house in autumn, but they get the four seasons, so it was nice to be able to picture the four seasons. So that was the inspiration for it, and the border is done actually in lorikeet wool, which is a Gloriana thread, so hand dyed by her. The lorikeet wool is from Australia, and it's 9-ply, and it's beautiful to work with, even though it's wool. Whether it's because it's hand dyed or what, it fills up the space nicely. Especially, I mean, this is probably 8 years ago now. So we were still stitching on 32. I mean, it's really been the last 3 to 5 years that we've moved to 36 with the one strand of silk floss. But up until really about 5 years ago, we were still all lot stitching on 32. And the coverage with the lorikeet wool on 32 is lovely, and the border is done in the lorikeet wool. Just nice to try some of the different threads. So for sure in this piece, I think there's Bijou, which is by Access Commodities. There's the Kryneck, and the lorikeet wool, and some of the different silks. So it's just nice to try the different things. You don't have to buy a whole big hank of it. You can try it in this piece.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the last one. So now I'm going to put everybody back up on the screen. So hang on. Hey, everybody's still here. That's good. Yay. So when you do your designs, where do the various threads come in the design process? Do you have some threads at the start that you start to work with, or do you have a design and then you decide what threads you want to fit in?
Oh, good question.
And you're going to say it depends. I know you are.
And it does, although I would say for myself, I'm driven most by design. Ooh, now that you got me on the spot, I think it's design, but it isn't always. So yes, it depends.
Okay, all right.
Because there will be a thread that it just speaks to you, and you're like, well, I got to use that.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the fabric, and you're like, oh, that's going to look really good with this, and I'm definitely doing that. And then it's just, another little secret, I'm doing a little house series, houses or homes, because we've all been home. And, so what's driving me for this that I'm designing right now is homes. So does that make sense? Like, it depends what you're doing, that drives what you choose. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay, I can buy that. So so I'm seeing you in a needlework store. You're just kind of going around just collecting stuff that catches your eye and that you think you can use somewhere, and then you take it home and let it just kind of cook for you.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. It does a lot of cooking.
Okay.
But there is, definitely designs come from pressure. So pressure to, let's say you need designs for the Nashville needlework market, and it's spring, so you'll often see lots of spring things just because it's that time of year, right?
Yeah.
You're also driven by, like, for example, Shepherd's Bush, they give you a theme. Or if you're going to a place, and because I'm well known to be able to do different places of things, then you're driven by that place. So if you're going to a water place, you end up doing water items.
Okay. All right.
Does
Do
that
you-
make sense?
Yeah. Do you design better under pressure, or do you prefer to not have that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm better under pressure, apparently. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, because for some
I'd like
people,
to think that it's all, you know. Go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, for some people, pressure just locks them up and they can't be creative, and then for others, it frees you up and you go. And so it sounds like that's what
Yeah.
happens to you.
Yeah, no. Pressure's probably good. It makes me sit down and do it, or else I get sidetracked.
Oh, okay.
I'm a.
Okay. That's understandable.
Yeah,
That's understandable.
yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like you have.
But
Oh, go ahead.
no, but the sidetrack also gives you some freedom, right? So you may have the pressure of getting something done, but then something sidetracks you, and then you get it done too, and somehow you get both done.
Hmm.
So it's kind of cool in a way,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah. Okay. I can see that. Sounds like you have a lot of projects in the works at the moment. Yeah.
I do, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I think probably any designer that comes to Nashville, we always have Nashville on our brain. And so you can design all year long for Nashville, right? But you want to have releases all through the year. So I try to pace them out because it's much easier to work a few patterns at a time rather than a whole bunch. A few patterns at a time, you can cope with folding and bagging and all the things you have to do for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many for Nashville? You target what, a half dozen, 4 charts, 4 designs? How many do you typically shoot?
Yeah,
For?
6 to 10.
6
Yeah.
to 10.
Yeah, typically 6 to 10. Yeah, yeah. And I try to do the variety of sizes. So I'll do some big ones, some medium ones, and some small ones.
Okay. So and go ahead, Beth.
I was just going to ask, what do you do if you get like stuck on a design? You know, let's say it's like it's almost there but not quite. Do you have anything you do to help you get through that?
I leave it alone. I just don't even look at it. And then I'll go back to it. And then it's like, oh, why didn't I think of this? You know, most everything is a process of time. I can't say that anything I do is, it takes, most of everything I do takes a lot of time. That sounds bad, but first I have this percolation time, and then I have the drawing time, which can take several months because especially like things like the common thread, because they just don't come together right away, or you can only really work on a portion at a time. And then it's just you refine and you refine and you refine. And yeah, it takes time for sure. And then you still have to stitch it. So
You stitch all your models? You stitch all your models?
I stitch about half.
Okay.
I think the other half I send out.
To a regular group of people, or?
Actually, I just have one lady.
Oh, okay.
And it's like she knows my
Okay.
brain, and I'm afraid to try anybody else.
Yeah.
She and I, we just are on the same wavelength, and she's so good about stitching a portion and then sending me a picture of it, and then we discuss it, and yeah, it's been awesome working with her. So
Yeah.
I haven't really changed, but ain't broke.
No, I don't blame you. Yeah. 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 You don't want a design coming back and have to have it stitched yet again because it didn't work out right. So yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Jeannette, that is so much fun. Thanks for joining us this evening. That man, I love your work. I'm not alone either.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Thank
Yep.
you. Thank you. Thank you. And
Thanks,
thank you for
Jeanette.
having me. It was wonderful.
Yep. Well, we always enjoy it. And if you want to hear more, we did a show, a podcast, a long time ago now. Look it up at wetalkfiber.com, and we had a good
Yeah.
conversation then too. So, okay, so just to recap now, what's going on with Sassy Jacks? So, Learning Stitches is active, and then when Learning Stitches is over, then the Binder My Stitching album will start, and
Yes.
Kim will keep
Well,
that.
when Jeanette's ready. It
Oh.
will have to wait for Jeanette to be
No,
ready.
I'm putting it
That would
all.
be our next project with Jeanette. Yeah.
Okay, and then Holland Z, whatever that is.
Hollandse
There, that. Yeah, that one is coming up. When is that coming up again?
We're going to start in October, so October 1st. So you guys can find the kits and the charts online, and we will get that rocking and rolling for you.
Okay, and then Tapestry of Stitches is planned for a May live in-person
Next year.
class and in Weaverville there.
Yes. Yep.
Planned for. Somebody get rid of that virus so we can go. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so people can get back to teaching live. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then up at the top of the screen now, get your emails in, Gary at wetalkfiber.com, subject line, just put the word sassy. Don't put anything else, just that. And name and address in the body of the email to get in on the drawing. And that drawing is for the new sampler from Sassafras Samplers, which I'm going to put right up on the screen almost within seconds here. It's going to be very exciting. I'm filling right there,
And no muting.
and no muting. I'm watching it. So that Christian Henry now is available, and so 5 kits that Kim is giving away tonight to people here at the live show. So MPI silk and then linen or Ada, and if you are not part of the soiree, then she'll also include the chart because soiree people got the chart. So
Correct.
get that in here, and we're going to sign off in a little bit, and then I'll go do the drawing. So live folks, make sure you get an email sent in. It's right at the top of the screen there. That's a beautiful sampler. It really is. And now, thanks to Jacob, we have history.
Yes, we have correct history.
All right. Jacob's amazing. Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you're ever looking for some beautiful cross stitch, try Jacob too. Modern folk embroidery. Yep.
Another
Yeah.
Dutchman. Another Dutchman.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. All right. I think that does it. Yay.
Well, thank you. Thanks for hosting
Oh, wait.
us. We appreciate it.
You want to make sure you do stock the thread packs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a lot of the thread packs. We definitely have them for Hollandse. There might be a few of the other designs that we don't have it for, but we actually have a full wall of thread packs from Jeannette. So we have a lot, and we
Okay.
can get the rest.
She has
with
a
little
lot.
notice.
Clean her out. Clean her out, folks. Clean her out. Okay.
I'm greedy. Remember, I said that, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Clean her out. Call Kim and empty that store.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jeannette. Thanks, Kim. Thanks, Beth. Thanks,
All right.
everybody, for
Thank you,
joining
guys.
us. All right. Talk to you next time. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Lovely to see you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.